Good morning, class, everyone. I am so sorry I cannot be in person today at the Zoom. I have something that came up that I cannot change. So I figured I'd make a little video, and then after we can also meet at a different time during the week if some of you would like to do that and have an extra session to discuss what is going on. Because when we look at this week or last week, we're still in the brain department, in the neurology sort of thing. Last week we were working on the brain. This is more or less what we're finishing here, November 13, and then this week we're starting working on the spinal cord and also the autonomic nervous system and the sensory nervous system, the eyes and things like that, how we see the world and how we hear, and some parts like that, mostly the special senses. But that can then concludes the nervous system. And so this week I want you to listen to these things and work on those questions, and then do some labeling exercises. And then next week we're going to go into the classroom again for the ones you come, and do some dissections on the brain and the eyeball. If you have any questions, since we finished the brain last week, please reach out. Shoot me a text, and I'll try to make it so we can have a session together. It's just today I had to go to San Francisco unexpectedly. And then this week, also this coming week, we finish up the gratitude journal discussion. I hope you did some of that. Hopefully that was somewhat helpful. And then we're gonna do the visual acuity screening test. And this is just a simple screening with the things you do when you go to the doctor. And I want you to do that at home, just to kind of get a little idea of how it goes, since it goes together with the physiology that we're discussing this week. So that shouldn't take you too long. That's, usually a half hour or so, maybe. Well, I shouldn't say that, but it's fairly straightforward. You hang up the thing, you look at it with one eye closed, and you kind of measure how much can you read. It's kind of like how the doctor does it. I just want you to understand, what they do to us when we go to the doctor. What else do we have here? Oh, I still have a blood pressure discussion. Oh, that was last week. Sorry about that. And then we've also have video presentations that are coming up, but this is not yet, and we can still push that even a week out if we want to finish it up that way. I know it's always a little challenging. It's also challenging for me to be online, so we're always kind of trying to figure that out. But what I've seen so far, I'm really impressed, and I want to start working together and get these drafts and work through them a little bit. And generally speaking, it's always about putting pictures to your words. That's usually what also my process is. So if you go through it again and you go look at it from the eyes of the student, if I would teach it to you, or you teach it to me, or to your children, actually, that's also good. How would you do that? And how would you explain that? And so if you have your first draft done and you sort of go the second time around it, then that's sort of how what I would look at. Like, the visualization is usually very important. Good, and that sort of clears it up for this week. And then after this, we're going to leave the brain more or less and go into the rest of the body. So you have some nutrition, some respiratory, and some reproduction. All right, good. Please reach out, text me if you have any questions. And we can make a meeting later or next week. That is totally fine. We can put in an extra one. I'll make sure you understand the material as well as possible. All right. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye-bye.